because I know how the business works. We run our stores 24/7 when they are ripe for that. We have highly intelligent communication with the police department because we don't want knuckleheads in our stores.
Last call with him.
So I talked to this guy?
Correct.
You have stores. Where are they? Yeah, this was November of last year. Call the gal. She wants to sell the laundromat. Doesn't know if the sale went through. Okay, so the typical stuff, you know, go call her. I'm not having anything to do with it. So you know me. Where was it left? What did we do then and there? Tried to explain. Did he get it? Did he? Usually I don't hang up. I'm like a dog with a bone until they actually understand what we're doing.
Yeah, I think he was getting it. He was just, we got to the point where you explained that he was starting to get it, asked for his email, and then he wouldn't give you his email.
Ah, there we have it.
And so I went back into the store.
No email for you.
Yeah.
Like the soup Nazi. Exactly. Which just shows that he's, dude, these people totally change their tune the minute that their tenant leaves. Otherwise, I'm good. It's high cotton. Everything's lovely. It's just, it's human nature. I can't wait till the robots take over. All right, so now it is, now it's a year later, and what's changed in the laundromat? Anything?
Well, I went in there the other day. They got a couple new tumblers in there.
Okay. So
they jacked up the tile doing it too. I think I put a picture in there.
Ooh.
And they started to paint the interior.
All right. So what we are seeing outwardly are some changes that went down.
Right.
Not necessarily good for us because they did spend some money, but hell, let's call Mike and see if we're right about that. Stand by.
Hello?
Mike.
Yes.
Mike, it's Danny. You didn't save my number?
Who is this?
I just said it's Danny. How you been?
Did you hear what I said?
What's your last name?
D'Angelo. Mike Buffo, Paisan.
Okay, what's this regarding?
Leasing some of your space in Silver Springs.
Help me out here. So, what you rent space from me?
No, I do not. I'm interested in doing so.
Oh, okay. In what capacity?
There, Mike. We talked in November of last year.
Do you know something? I actually, no, I did. Okay. It's all coming around now. And actually, I got a reading of all my, I was trying to find you.
I will look for you. I will find you.
I got a readout of all my phone numbers, and I called like 30 numbers trying to find you. But are you still interested?
Yeah, that's why I'm calling, my friend.
What would you do with a brain if you had one?
So these two gals had it. Do you have a minute?
Mike, I've got 36 laundromats in 3 states. I wouldn't call you if I wasn't interested in signing a long-term lease. I have plenty of time. What's happening?
Well, there was these two gals. They bought 2 laundromats. One had the other one. The other one took mine. She didn't speak English or anything anyway, and she didn't live out there. Long story short, the sister says, well, I'll take it over. And this was like a month and a half ago. So I said, okay, you're assuming the lease. And okay. And so then next thing that happens, I keep calling you haven't signed the lease yet. Then I get a thing from the county saying she doesn't carry a license. And anyway, I talked to her yesterday and I said, look, I need a lease signed or things I'm going to move on. And so anyway, I'm supposed to hear from her today. But if you're interested, yeah, I may move on.
Okay, Mike.
And,
Here's the thing. All of that is typical of laundromat operators, especially folks that are here on E2 immigration status, or they are in the country illegally, et cetera, so on. Let's talk about me, you, our potential deal. My partner and I are local. We are looking to sign a long-term lease because the obvious effects of real estate right now. I'm not buying buildings. I'm not interested in purchasing your mall. I'm interested in signing a very long lease and then retooling this laundromat with new equipment. I will spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it takes to do that. I will become a hassle-free, out-of-your-hair type of tenant because I know how the business works. We run our stores 24/7 when they are ripe for that. We use Alexa systems. We have highly intelligent communication with the police department because we don't want knuckleheads in our stores. And we want to pay you a commensurate rate of rent, whatever that is. So contingent on the exit of this tenant, it sounds like you have either a month-to-month or no real lease whatsoever. I appreciate your being a good landlord and wanting to maintain that handshake relationship, but we are looking to send you a letter of intent and sign a real lease if and when that time comes. I have two questions. What's the square footage and what is your asking rate of rent?
I believe the square footage is 26 or 27, somewhere in there.
And we know that it's a good footprint because I've been in the store. It's got the infrastructure that we need.
Yeah. And you'd have to ask the rent there. I believe she's paying 16.
$1,600 a month.
Yeah.
Well, what she is paying, Mike, is not necessarily where we can start. And the difference, I'll ask this. I want to know if you know, if you're aware. What's the difference between me as the operator and your current operator? It's a pretty obvious answer. There's no conjecture involved.
Well, they have paid their bills, so I got that going on. But and then they pay water and sewer, of course.
Of course.
Mike,
the difference between me,
I still don't know.
The difference between me and them, I will have the debt service, which will be 4 times my rent. I will have the debt service on the new equipment. Going in there and sweeping the floors and doing wash, dry, fold and keeping the windows clean, all of that is part of it, yes. But new equipment is what's going to bring the consumers from other laundries. Did you build this place? Did I hear you right?
I did.
Okay. So you built it.
The laundromat.
You operated it. You know exactly what it can earn at the top when you've brought all the consumers from the area. Did you ever do any advertising whatsoever?
No, I never did anything like that. I built the mall. I put in the laundromat. I gave half the laundromat to one of my employees to run it, and he did. And I was kind of out of the picture, and he took care of it. But I've got to call you back. I have a meeting in 10 minutes in this building here, and I got to get it together. But I still don't know who you are. So I don't know. Can you send me something?
Okay, Mike, I keep pretty exquisite notes because I have quite an empire to keep track of. We spoke in November on the day. It was November 15th of 2022. My partner's name is Jeff. My name is Danny D'Angelo. And what is your email address? I'll send you a follow-up email. You're Italian. We're going to get along great. All right. So go to your meeting. Listen, we can start at slightly less than $1,600 monthly, and then we can get there. But with us, the difference is going to be, hell, sell the whole strip mall. Sell it with a beautiful anchor tenant in place. We have a lot to talk about. We'd like to send you an LOI, but first I need to find about rent abatement, what type of help we can get from you on TI and everything else, and then you'll have a solid laundromat operator. I'll send you an email.
What other laundromats do you have in the area?
I'll put it in the email. You'll see all my stores. 3 states. Most of them are in California and Arizona. I'll email you.
Okay.
Get to your meeting. Now you've got my
All right,
number.
Dan.
This is my cell phone. Danny.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Bye.
Wow. Now I'm thinking it, but now I just want you to say it. What just happened?
Well, he's excited to hear from you.
Your notes.
He doesn't have
Your
anything.
notes on this.
He doesn't have a good.
You called this guy
He doesn't have
what?
a good tenant.
You called this guy what?
Oh, small-minded prick.
A small-minded prick. I've said this again and again so many times to so many of my clients, and I've proven this, I think, 5, 6, 7 times on live YouTube channel videos, uncut, 4 months ago.
Right.
4 months ago, this guy said, go talk to her. I don't give two shits about you. And then I said, hey,
Right.
Mike, let me get your email address. No. However, I impressed him so much in that conversation that he was scrambling to find my number and call me, i.e. you, and get us into this space. Am I right?
Exactly. He was combing through his cell phone records.
Just imagine if he would have actually taken the time to do what he did now and provided his cell phone number and done right by himself, by his family, and by his investments. Instead, he was a prick. I just want to say this for the cheaps. I want to say this for the cheap seats. Bro, I have seen people's tone, tune, and tenor change so many times in the almost 20 years I've been doing this, where they go from total lunatic to, hey, what did he say? Last word that he said, thank you. This store, he's charging 50 cents a square foot, by the way.
Exactly.
Okay. You don't have the store quite yet. He wasn't playing a game.
No.
He said he's got some lady who does what business license? I don't think she's a legal citizen. I think that's what he was getting at.
Possibly.
I am not going to email him now. It's not a game. We're not in high school. I'm not saying, hey, I think you're cute. I'm not going to send him an email. We're going to leave him dangling a little bit. I've got his number. When I called it from months and months ago, it comes up, LL, your name indicates I've talked to him. If he would have found the number that I dialed from in his phone and given a shit, we would probably have that store by now. And like I told, I got a meeting. All right. I always look at the time. It's 3:40 p.m. Why is he getting ready for a meeting? Not saying, but hey, you got him. Hey, I've been recording this on the YouTube machine so we can go over all of it. This, again, I don't get into speculating on how good this looks or how this might be your store. The guy's bipolar, right? That's the new headline for this one.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.